You crouch through a swamp, heading towards an inactive generator. You and some other survivor have to get this generator running in order to power the controls to the exit gate. You still don't see that thing after doing a quick survey, and you hear someone screaming in the distance. No time to waste, you think. I need to get this generator working again soon. As soon as it belches alive, the lights reveal the one thing you didn't want to see. That thing being a psycho killer. They swing their axe at you and hit you in the chest. The force of the impact causes you to land a few feet away, and as you lay there bleeding, trying to cover the gash with your hands, the killer picks you up and hangs you on a sacrificial hook. You let out a scream as the pain threatens to overcome your senses and almost knocks you unconscious. When you reopen your eyes, the killer is gone, though one of the survivors is crouching towards you. They get right up to you and look around before lifting you up and off the hook. A gasp manages to escape your lips before the survivor has time to bandage you up. Once they are done, you both start running towards the exit. Both of you manage to see the light signaling this is the end, but before you can escape, the killer steps out of the shadows, axe in hand and with a menacing grin on his face. He is ready to finish what he has started with you. Both of you try to skirt around him, and he manages to swing at you. He slashes at your arm and hits you. Another gasp escapes from you. He is right behind you, ready to finish you off. But you spot a pallet that you can use to buy some time. You steer towards the pallet, and right as he's about to swing again, you knock the pallet over on top of the killer. He lets out a satisfactory grunt of pain, and you steer towards the exit again. He manages to break the pallet, and he's gaining on you again. As he is extending his hand out to catch you in his grasp, you pass the exit gate, and a dark presence stops the killer in his tracks. You manage to escape. This time. But who knows how many more times you'll have to outrun this cycle or why you're even here. You caught up with the other survivors, and you all start running together. None of you know where. It was only because of these survivors that you're able to escape into the night, and none of them might not know where to go. Though you do know that as long as everyone sticks together, everyone will survive. Dead by Daylight is a 4-player survival horror experience with one person as a killer, hunting the rest of the survivors, with the goal of the survivors to repair generators, evade the killers, and escape into the night to survive another day, while the goal of the killer is to kill all the survivors so that the entity can be appeased. My name is Shatteredfriend Gaming, and welcome to the channel. I hope you enjoy, comment, and subscribe. As stated before, the survivor has to repair the generators in order to escape and survive another day. While doing any action, there will be occasional skill checks. An example is when repairing, you'll occasionally have to click whatever button is your action button in a small time frame in order to pass the skill check. Here is a quick picture or freeze frame of the skill check. But on top of the skill checks, there's also a myriad amount of perks to bolster your chance to survive. Some perks allow you to be less noisy, make the killer lose you faster, and help others with locating the killer and making skill checks easier. These don't cover all the perk effects, just enough to kind of give you an idea of the spectrum and what you might expect to find. You can also upgrade your perks through a random upgrade skill tree called the Blood Web. Here's an image of the Blood Web. I am a low-level character in this image, so that's why there's not much, but there you go. And included in this Blood Web are also consumables such as toolbox and medkits. These consumables allow you to do skill checks faster and or add more protection from the killer. There are also attachments for these consumables that do various other effects, such as sabotaging the sacrificial hooks faster or healing others faster as well. The final item offered by the Blood Web for survivors is some consumables that alter the current game, and for simplicity's sake, we'll just call these offerings. To further add some clarifications, consumables will persist if you happen to survive the trial, while offerings will be consumed at the start of a game and no one will have to be selected. Consumables add-ons will persist with the consumables if you happen to survive, and will be lost if a consumable you can find while searching a chest in-game. There are only a finite amount of chests in each map. There can be as many as 5 to as few as 1. Finally, there are 4 categories that you can score blood points in, which you use to buy/upgrade skills in the Blood Web. The first one is survival. You can score blood points in this category just by surviving and escaping the trial. The second category is objectives. You score points in this by repairing generators and working towards escaping. The third is boldness. You gain points in this by interacting with the killer. And the final category is altruism. You gain points in this category by unhooking survivors and helping them if they get injured. At the end of the game, your total amount of blood points you scored in each category will be added together and you'll receive the total amount so you can spend them in the blood web. Blood points are shared between survivors and killers, so you don't have to worry about having any when you switch from survivors or killers. The killer's main goal is to make sure that the survivor doesn't escape by, well, killing them. There are different abilities depending on which killer you choose to play as. Some examples of these abilities include the nurse who can blink, which is teleportation, a short distance, and the trapper who can lay down bear traps. Some killers are harder to use while others are a little bit easier, and all of them will take time to be able to use them effectively. There are a total of 12 killers with 3 to be announced at the time of this writing and recording. There is also some items that are specific to the killer, including some add-ons for their weapons, which grant differing effects on the killer and offering and skills. The blood web uses blood points, which we covered when talking about the survivors. The 4 categories that the killer has which they can earn blood points are as follows. First is brutality, which you earn by hunting survivors and breaking objects. Second is hunter, which you earn by finding, chasing, and catching survivors. And third is deviousness, which you earn by being clever with your skills and your powers. And the fourth is sacrifice, which you get by hooking survivors. Killers are also weak to certain survivor actions, such as pallets, which you can drop on them. And pallets stun the killers for a short period of time, and flashlights, when shined upon them, will blind the killers for a short period of time as well. The killer will also gain a speed boost when chasing a survivor for a set amount of time, which allows the killer to catch up to their prey. When talking about the two, there really isn't much left to discuss about the killers besides going in and giving an in-depth review of their abilities, but that's not what this review is about. So my final thoughts over this game is that it's a great game. The balance for the most part feels pretty fair and the ranking system fits the game well. The fact that the devs care so much about their game is also a breath of fresh air, but in my opinion, devs should care about the game. Otherwise, why are you making the game? They are also still adding in new characters and killers, and currently the next killer is making the player base really excited. There are tons of videos I've seen ranging from people trying to solve the killer to just speculating about who it might be and where they're from. And just as a new person in this community, I like to see that about a game where the player base gets so involved in it. So with confidence, I can say go out and buy the game. I've got it on PlayStation 4 as part of the free games of the month, and I'm about to get it again on Steam just because I enjoy the game that much, while also supporting charities because I'm getting it from Humble Bundle / not advertised. They're not affiliated with me, so don't think so. And also, thank you all for watching. This has been Shatteredfriend Gaming, and if you enjoyed any of this video, please don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It only takes a minute of your time, but it really does mean the world to this channel, and I just want to thank everyone who has watched me so far. If it wasn't for you Homo sapiens, I wouldn't be here. So please, have a great day, and take it easy. This has been Shatteredfriend Gaming, and I'm signing off. Goodbye.